Hey there, tech fans. Today I have the brand new Orei BK-41A 4 input, 1 output 8K HDMI switch. This product makes it really easy for you to connect 4 different HDMI media devices to a single 8K ultra high definition monitor at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on that monitor at any given time by simply tapping the button on the front of the unit or by using the included infrared remote control. The product fully supports 8K ultra high definition media content, and it's both HDMI 2.1 as well as HDCP 2.3 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with a wide range of modern media equipment and a wide variety of media files as well. The product also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio from the media being displayed on the monitor and allows you to pass that audio through an analog or digital connection on the back to a soundbar or a home stereo for that full theater experience. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the BK-41A and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. And I'll come back one more time and point out a few of the special features that you can use to compare this to other products you may be considering. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find the BK-41. You'll find a power supply. It's a DC 5 volt 1 amp power supply. You can plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and this plugs directly into the back of the unit, and you can finger tighten that collar. This will provide all the power you'll need for operation. Also included is a full-functioned infrared remote control and a set of batteries. I think that's a nice touch that the batteries are included. And this is a benefit because you can certainly set this up on your desk and tap that button and move between different media devices. But if you set this up on your media center, having the remote control means you can sit back in a comfortable chair or on the comfort of your couch and make those selections from quite a distance away. And then finally, a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, and then I'll come back and again point out a few things that I really like about this 4x1 switch that you can use to compare it to other products. The BK-41A features a full metal enclosure which makes it incredibly durable and a great choice for both residential and commercial installations. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find these ventilation slots that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, is a micro USB connection, and that's used for updating firmware on the module if needed later on. You can simply connect this to a computer, move that firmware file over to the module to complete that upgrade. To the right of that is a power indicator. When you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test, and once it passes that test, it'll light that LED, letting you know the module is ready to use. To the right of that is an output indicator. When you make a connection between the module and the monitor you'd like to use for display, that HDMI cable is checked, and once it's been verified, that LED will come on, indicating a solid connection. To the right of that are 4 more LEDs labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. These indicate which of the inputs is currently being displayed on the output, and you can change that by tapping that button right there or by putting the unit in automatic mode. The automatic indicator lets you know that you've actually switched to automatic mode, and this unit has the ability to decide which of the inputs it'll automatically send to the output based on which of those is turned on. So for example, if you have a game console connected to input 1, DVD player to number 2, and maybe a computer to number 3, if you turn on the game console, this switch will recognize that and immediately send that output to the display. To the right of that is an infrared indicator. If you're using the remote control, you can turn on that function, and that will be on. And to the right of that is an infrared receiver window, and that's where the signals from that remote control are picked up. So when you set this up on your desktop or on your media center and you're using the remote control, make sure that window is visible. To the right of that is the selection button where you can manually change the input that's being sent to the output by simply tapping that button. To the right of that is a bank of EDID switches, and these are used to adjust the frame rate, resolution, and audio style of your input media to match your monitor, and they're fully explained in the manual. On the rear of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find 4 full-sized HDMI ports that are labeled input 1, 2, 3, and 4. These connect to the 4 media devices you'd like to switch between for display in your monitor. To the right of that is another full-size HDMI port labeled output. This connects to your local monitor that you'd like to use to display the content from the chosen HDMI media device. To the right of that are 2 output connections, a left and right analog 3.5mm and an SPDIF digital connection. This unit provides audio extraction capabilities where it can separate the audio from the media stream, and it allows you to pass that audio through these connections to an external amplifier or a soundbar to improve the audio quality. And then finally, to the right of that is the DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You'll simply plug that power supply into a wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection which plugs in right there, and you can finger tighten that collar to make sure that it doesn't pop out. I hope that closer look was helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the Orei BK-41A with other 4x1 HDMI switches you may be considering. The first thing has to do with resolution. This product fully supports 8K ultra high definition media content at up to 60 frames per second. And the reason that's important is because a lot of other HDMI switches on the market only support a lower resolution like 4K or 1080p. So knowing you've got a switch that can handle the higher resolution at the higher frame rate means you can use it today with all the equipment you own and even use it tomorrow if you decide to upgrade that equipment to 8K. Another big difference is the HDMI 2.1 and the HDCP 2.3 certification. And the reason those are important is because the HDMI standard has gone through a lot of changes in recent years. A lot of new features have been introduced, especially for 8K media. So knowing you're on the latest version of HDMI means you can immediately take advantage of all those advanced features. And the HDCP certification is equally important because that controls copy protection. So again, knowing you're on the latest version of HDCP means you can play a wider variety of file types through the unit. Another big feature is the audio extraction capabilities. The fact that this unit can digitally separate the audio from the media stream being displayed and that allows you to pass that along to a soundbar or to a home stereo means you're going to have beautiful audio in addition to the 8K video. And the final thing I like is the inclusion of the infrared remote control because, again, it's really easy to set this up on your desk and tap the button, but this allows you to set it up on your media center and control your selection from quite a distance away from the product. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So hopefully you found this quick review helpful. I've enjoyed talking about it, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.